Welcome back. Before the break, we asked the question, how many snake bites poison people every year around the world? Well, a new report puts the number at, get this, 421,000.
Wow.
Yeah, of those, at least 20,000 die. As far as the top 5 deadliest countries for snake bites, here they are in order of deadliness. India, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Brazil, and one of our favorite travel destinations, Mexico. And talk to me a little bit more about their travels, because I understand that they can go really long distances in very short time. Is that true?
Absolutely. An adult bluefin tuna can go all the way across the Atlantic Ocean in a matter of just a few weeks.
Andy, I hold them close to my heart, being a big traveler myself. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me. Randy
Kochevar is a marine biologist with Tag a Giant Foundation, and he joined me today from Pacific Grove, California.
Take it away, Karina.
All right. Well, we already know that short-fin mako sharks are super fast in the water, zooming through the ocean at up to 80 kilometers per hour. But now research from the University of Alabama is showing that it's all thanks to the golf ball-like texture of their skin. These powerful mackerel sharks can raise the enamel-like scales on their skin to look like the dimples of, yes, a golf ball. When it comes to elegance, you really cannot beat the sight of a rider who knows his or her stuff while on a horse. Now, it takes hours and hours of practice in the saddle to make it look that good. Well, now, thanks to technology, you can get that experience without having to deal with the mess on the floor. Jennifer Arnold is the owner of the Perfectly Schooled Horse, and she's here to give us a demo. But first, let's take a look at the guts here and explain to us how Midas actually works. Okay, well look, I'm a real novice, and the only time I've ever been on a horse, I've gotten thrown off. So they don't love me. So this is something that I would really enjoy.
I can promise you, Midas will not throw you off.
Good, okay, great. So can I give it a shot?
Absolutely. Let's take it
like
over to the path.
Come on, baby, let's get to the finish line.
We were talking about recessionista. Still pretty pricey, though, these gowns, aren't they?
They are, and I think the designers find themselves in a difficult situation right now. They don't quite know how to answer the question as to how they're dealing with the economy, but they all seem to be saying, look, you know, we can't fix it, so we might as well just go forward. So they're still catering to their brand, to the people that buy their gowns using the beautiful fabrics that they do. But, you know, I guess they were trying to cut the cost, or at least cut the appearance of spending a lot of money by combining a lot of their shows, having, say, 3 designers show at one time, or showing off-site in one of their own boutiques. So that's really the only way they were reacting to the recession. In line with Noah Cowan, who is the co-director of the Toronto International Film Festival. We're just between films, so we've got to keep it short. If you can tell us, what's the most important thing that people should know about this festival? I think it is that we're seeing these big studios like Disney and Warner Brothers hiring very famous pop stars like yourself and Elton John to get involved with Broadway.
Well, from my point of view, and I think you ask Elton, you ask me, you get 2 different opinions probably.
I'd have to say duetting with my dad was the highlight of my life, and duetting in general with people that I idolize is just as much of a thrill as it looks like.
I wonder, though, when you're a child of a very successful, accomplished parents, both of your parents were very talented, you know, it's sometimes hard to carve out your own identity. Did you ever struggle with that? Now, I understand there was a teacher, Cheryl Messmer, that was your creative writing teacher in high school, and you said she was the only one who struck sort of an inspirational chord in you. What did you like about that class?
Well, you know, it was creative writing, so you could write whatever you wanted.
They could talk about politics on your show, which was quite unusual for entertainers to be given this platform.
Well, yeah, and it was because it was risky. I mean, you could get tax audited, for example.
Madison Avenue is losing its luster. The posh boulevard is getting hard hit by the recession, with empty storefronts and for rent signs littering every corner. As the residential real estate market continues to suffer, commercial real estate seems to be next. Its vacancy rate in New York is currently at 6%. That number is expected to only grow, and analysts predict 2009 will be the city's worst since 1991.
We have double the amount of space on the market that we had 12 months ago.
Marcus Rayner, managing principal at Cressa Partner, a real estate firm that represents tenants, says layoffs on Wall Street are largely to blame. New York relies heavily on the financial sector for its economic well-being.
The effect of a financial service job on the economy is dramatic. They say it accounts for at least 2 to 3 other jobs in terms of a multiplier effect on job losses.
Wall Street job losses are expected to reach 80,000 by the first quarter of 2009. While the downturn is bad news for landlords, it's an opportunity for tenants like Lila Cecil. She owns Paragraph, a company that rents workspace to writers.
When we got this space, the prices that were offered, there was no bidding. We couldn't offer a lower price, and now we very much can.
For the first time in years, New York tenants are the ones with all the bargaining power. Karina Huber, Reuters, New York. William Cherio is a 28-year-old farmer who lives a couple of hours outside Nairobi, Kenya. He has dreams of expanding his business, but like many in the developing world, he has no credit history or collateral. No one has been interested in giving him a loan, until now. A few weeks ago, his profile was listed on Kiva.org, a website that links individual lenders with entrepreneurs around the world. Bangladeshi economist Mohammed Yunus won the Nobel Prize for inventing microcredit, giving small loans to people too poor to qualify for bank loans. It has since become wildly popular in the developing world. Kiva.org is taking the same concept, but implementing it on the web. Mike Chen, an associate at J.P. Morgan in New York City, lent Cherio $50 through Kiva. He said the concept makes business sense to him.
You're lending out these small loans to individuals who need them, and in essence, you are giving them a source of funds, and they get a sense of responsibility that they have to grow their business so they can pay back these funds.
In a bid to ensure confidence in the website, Kiva features photos of the entrepreneurs and updates on their businesses.
One thing that we hope to do with Kiva is make it a real gritty, almost Wikipedia-like internet public good, where if there is things that go wrong, it's totally transparent.
Since listing his profile on Kiva, Cherio has received the full $800 loan for his business and has begun paying it back. Karina Huber for Reuters. U.S. stocks hit new lows on Monday as the government bailed out American International Group once again, and the company reported a record $61.7 billion loss. The Dow fell to its lowest trading since April 1997, falling 219.75 points, raising fears that the injection of taxpayer money will not be enough to turn the economy around.
You tend to lose confidence in market mechanisms and capitalism generally when that happens.
Last fall, AIG received a commitment for $150 billion in government aid. The company, once the world's largest insurer, reported the largest fourth quarter loss in U.S. corporate history. Karina Huber, Reuters, New York.